Yes, people, what's happening? You good? So, what do I mean by the gurus or outlaws and inmates? So, when we talk about the gurus, we normally talk about the cozy stuff that the gurus did, like the nice stuff. Guru Nanak Dev Ji made langar. Guru Nanak Dev Ji told us to recognize God's light in every human being. Nanak Naam Jadikra Tere Pane Sarbat Tapala. That means, look, when I recite God's name, I have love for the divine, and I see the divine in every human being, in every creature. The light, the soul is the same as what's in my soul, and we all come from the divine soul. So there's no discrimination, there should be no hate, there should be that oneness, that ek, that loveness of all humanity, right? And this is what the gurus taught. But then every guru kind of built up on that. But also the gurus taught us other things as well. So let's start from Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He taught spirituality. He had debates with people that he thought was doing empty rituals or weren't following the path of truth, and he told his truth, and we believe that truth came straight from the divine, Durki Bani. So the Gurbani, the Shabbas that Maharaj sang, the Guru sang, Guru Nanak Dev Ji sang, were a direct message from God. Do you know what I mean? And it was written down at the same time by the Guru. Yeah, but also what did Guru Nanak Dev Ji do? He was attacked. There was a rock thrown at him, a big boulder was thrown at him because some people couldn't take the truth that he was spitting. And that happens today, yeah? If you spit the truth, you make enemies, you get hate, you might get punched, you might even get killed, yeah? But Guruji also spoke against, powerful rulers, the government of the time, and he was imprisoned. So when you get imprisoned, you're an outlaw because you're breaking laws, because them time the dictatorship was so strong you couldn't even point a finger at the regime. You know what I mean? Because they were just so powerful. They didn't want to hear none of it. So Guruji was in prison for 2 years. And when we go on to the other gurus, then the next guru that was imprisoned was Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. Again, he was promoting Sikhi. He was speaking about the wrongs that he thought at the time was happening. He was speaking about the tyrannical rules that was happening. And then he was imprisoned, tortured, and he's a martyr, a shaheed for the Sikh community. Yeah? He was the first guru that got shaheed. Then Guru Hargobind came, and he picked up the sword, said, this is God's given right, we have to protect ourselves. People have the right to protect their life from any evil crimes, danger, and it's not the weapon, it's what someone does with the weapon. Yeah, he ordered Sikhs, like, try to carry weapons and stuff like that, and go out fighting. He fought many battles, he put many tyrants to the death, and he was imprisoned as well. But he wasn't made shaheed. He was imprisoned for some time, for a few years, and then he was released. Then Guru Sri Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, he was imprisoned, and he was made a martyr again. When people came to for help, he couldn't refuse. He saw God in everyone. He couldn't take people being oppressed. He didn't like bullies. He didn't like tyrants. Guru Tegh Bahadur actually fought some battles as well. That's why it's called Tegh Bahadur. Master or dweller of the sword. So he fought in some battles, and he was put to death, became a martyr, became a shaheed. Then came Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Again, create the Khalsa army to fight oppression, to fight tyrants. Is a military saint soldier concept. It wasn't just Bhagati, the Khande Bataka Amrit is Kalpur Ki Fauj, army of God, to please the world, and many battles were fought, all against tyrants. None of them were for women, land, or whatever people say. Like, people in history, the ops called Guruji a terrorist or whatever. It wasn't like that. It was all in self-defense, and it was all for righteousness. Yes, Guruji punished bandits. We know that he punished Masons that were raping, murdering, and looting, and they were killing as well. So Guruji punished them. There's a Gurdwara in that place. Check out the history when Guru Gobind Singh punished Masons. Guru Gobind Singh Ji was against evildoers, and he sent his son, older Sahibzada, I think Baba Ajit Singh Ji, when he was 12 years old, to go and rescue a Hindu woman that was kidnapped by the Mughals. And he said to his 12-year-old son, you lead the Singhs, you go and you strike first. If negotiations don't work, you go and strike first. So Guruji practiced diplomacy where he could, because death, destruction, wars ain't good. But where it didn't work, they did rise the sword to punish the evildoers where needed to be. Do you know what I mean? So Guruji made many sacrifices. Mata Gujri, his mother, was imprisoned. Some say that she passed away due to the cold or her soul left her body, and some say that she was chucked off the tower. Guruji's father, Sikh Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, was Shaheed. All Guruji's 4 sons were Shaheed. They fought in battles, they stood bravely, they didn't convert. Then the Khalsa came and they stood against oppression. Banda Singh Bahadur came. He fought against oppression. And loads of things did. Baba Deep Singh, this and that. The Mir Manu jails, the women never converted. They got the kids cut into bits. These conversions of Sikh girls or just guys converting is a new phenomena in our band. It was so steadfast and it was so strong that we will never convert, we'll rather die. But obviously the modern version of Sikh is diluted. All the Sikhs were outlaws. The Mughal empires told the Sikhs you can't carry Shastra. You can't defend yourself. Only Mughals can carry Shastra. No other civilian can carry Shastra. Guruji put on 2 Shastra after that, like 2 big 10-14. Obviously they had more Shastra. They had muskets, shields, bow and arrows. But they just had 1 talwar. Instead he put on 2 talwars. And same with Guru Har Gobind. When they said you're not allowed Shastra, he put on 2 Miri Piri. So we were outlaws. Like there's all bands across the world here and there and stuff like that. But we're diluted. We will never do that. We're like, oh, the law says this. Okay, I gotta stay in the law. But the Gurus were outlaws. They all went prison. Like if someone goes prison now for a just cause, no one will give their daughter to marry the guy. You know what I mean? They'd be shunned in the community. Just say someone's ripping Guru Granth Sahib Ji and some Singh stabbed the guy in the Gurdwara, so he can't rip anymore. A lot of the community be like, bro, man, this kid's a nutter. This Gurdwara committee will give the CCTV straight away and say, wrong kita. Do you know what I mean? Most of the times. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of the community say, oh, brutal, violent, oh, the Singh shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? He took the law in his own hands. Just say a Singh got caught with a machine gun and he wants to defend the Gurdwara or whatever. Oh, Sikh's got machine gun, it's so bad. Like, look in America, they say no guns. You're allowed to have guns. Even after the massacre of the Sikhs in the Gurdwara, it hasn't clicked. I'm telling you, these Sikhs would argue against Guru Gobind Singh Ji. I'm telling you that. They would not for the Guru, these are Guru's hukams and stuff. Sikhs, they're called Buggies. Buggy means rebels. They only follow God's laws. And we was a rebel outlaw community. Yes, we're diluted. We are sheep. We are sheep now. We're not like lions no more. Do you know what I mean? That much, because especially in the West, because we have been domesticated. Like when you get a wild lion and then you keep them as a pet and you could cuddle them and you could probably even slap the lion. You know what I mean? They become like a sheep, innit? And that's what's happened to us, innit? Too many videos of Apne getting victimized. Even if you ain't gonna be Shastadari or whatever, you gotta learn to at least throw some swings back. You know what I mean? Even if there's 10 of them. And if obviously the best thing is to run and get away, but if you can't, sometimes you can't run in life, and sometimes you get fed up of running. Do you know what I mean? How many times are you gonna keep running from the same people, especially if it's the same people. If you're out in town, and it's just some random say, "Oh, come here, give me your money," and you just don't do one, then fair play. I've done that many times. But if it's in school and stuff, how many times can you just keep running? You need to think about some sort of martial arts if you're not going to keep weapons on you and break the law. Do you know what I mean? Because someone can just come when you're older and touch your wife's breast in front of you. You're just gonna stand there. Someone could try to kidnap your daughter or your son and put them in a car. There could be a mental health person with a knife going crazy. There could be a terrorist attack going on and just stabbing random people in the shopping center, and you could be caught in it. What are you gonna do? What protocols? Have you got the fitness to run away? You know what I mean? Some things will struggle with that. Dead this area, you know what I mean? Samosa khake, tale pakore khake, you know what I mean? Pature, wesen, gulab jamun, laddus, you know what I mean? Processed rotiyan in the Gurdwara and stuff, you know? Char rotiyan and stuff. So we've got to think about our diet, our fitness. But yes, it's an outlaw community, a rebel community, God's laws, because just the government makes laws, right? And they say, look, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to carry this, you're not allowed to do that, you're not allowed to do this. Um, you know, it doesn't mean it's right. It's just a few a few white mans got together and made some laws, and it's not from God, is it? It's just human brain in it. Human intellect is limited in it, and it's debatable, right? But trust me, you are allowed. Guru Gobind Singh has given the Sikhs a license to carry arms back in the days. Right, I'm not giving it large. I'm not. I'm just saying I'm an outlaw or whatever. I'll go by the laws, right? Because I'm a coward, right? But at least I admit it. And we did our stuff back in the day, when we was young, when I was part of the castle. That's why I can't say I'm a castle army or castle soldier, because them mans were next league. They were different level. They had guts. They didn't care about prison. They didn't care about death. They didn't care about laws. You know what I mean? All they cared about was serving humanity, whether that's through giving roti or whether that's through wielding the sword, protecting humanity. We're here sitting, chilling, playing games, living our life, paying, you know what I mean? Ain't active at all. Maybe if I wasn't disabled, I'd be active. Do you know what I mean? Who knows? But I can't say for 100% certain, because as you get older, you get more diluted, you get softer, innit? The testosterone goes lower and stuff. But if your bugty's higher, then maybe. Who knows, innit? Only God knows, innit? But even if I want to do something, I can't do nothing anyway. But I'm sure I would have smacked a few more pedos up. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. If I had my health. This is what I'm saying, innit? There's too much cosplay. Everyone's a cast artist. Time to do cast art stuff. But our gurus led the path. We shouldn't be ashamed of this path. It's like no one really talks about it. Do you know what I mean? Everyone talks about the nice, cozy stuff. We need to talk about what other messages the Guru sent. And then when you look at Ek Onkar, yeah, God in everybody, are we really living that? Do you know what I mean? Are we racist? Do we judge? Do we hate? Yes, we are gonna be against people's actions and what they do. Everyone reaps what they sow. So if they're doing crime or doing bad or they're doing rituals, you call that out. Standard. But that deep hate, we need to get rid of that. You know what I mean? I've been guilty of that as well myself. You know what I mean? So yeah, take care, people. Respect.